Hello, I'm Travis Wilson, and I'm here at Schneider Real Estate on Wall Street in St. Charles, Missouri. This local real estate firm has been making smart moves since 1975, so come with me as we check it out. I'm joined today by owners Court and Merle Schneider with Schneider Real Estate. Gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to join me.
Hey, thanks for having us. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Travis. Thank you, sir.
With you both.
Thank you.
So Schneider Real Estate is really a one-of-a-kind community realtor that has been in St. Charles for how long now is it, Merle?
42 years. Smart move since 1975.
1975.
Right.
That's amazing. And so walk me through a little bit from where things began for Schneider Real Estate to where things are now and how that came to be.
Well, it started originally with my three siblings, Cal, Lynn, and Joan Schneider. So it was a little family operation at the time, and it was more of an expense sharing arrangement. That was on Boone Slick, around 615 Boone Slick, and then they went to 901 Boone Slick. The last 10 years we were over at Cave Springs, and then just recently we moved here. So we have a whole new setup here now.
And the idea with making the move here was to make it more technology driven, with agents in the marketplace today having the ability to do digital signatures, and we wanted to be able to have meeting places here and walk-up workstations and just make it more relevant for today's operations in real estate.
So tell me a little bit about the types of services that you offer here at Schneider Real Estate.
Well, we are definitely in the residential world. So in residential, you involve yourself, of course, with sellers. Sellers often upgrade. They usually upgrade about 50%. So they buy something, so you work with them on both sides of that transaction. Many of them are doing new construction. So we act as an advocate, even though there is a sales rep at the display. It's very important to have a representative advocating for you, because the process is putting thousands of pieces of a puzzle together. So there's a lot of steps. We do investment property, investment residential. So we're very strong in acquiring the investment property, helping people build a portfolio of investment real estate, helping them find the actual tenant, seeking out the tenant, screening them, and then turning the keys over and then allowing them to manage that.
A lot of people do not realize that real estate agents can certainly represent home buyers when they're going in there to build their first home. We also have a lot of resources for anything to do with housing, whether it be home improvement. Who do you call for HVAC service? We've surrounded ourselves with good vendors in the St. Charles and St. Louis County areas that we know and we trust, and we can refer those to our clients and families.
And so you probably know all about lenders and inspectors and people that can do those repairs should something come up on the inspection, that you can guide them through to where they need to be. Does that sound right?
Absolutely. We've got strong partnerships with every aspect of it: home mortgage, home inspection, CPAs, real estate attorneys. You go down the list, and we've got connections and strong relationships with all of those types of industries.
Are there more busy times of year? Just sort of walk me through what a typical day might look like for you.
Well, we certainly have busier times of year. Every year, I think it's pretty much the same in the 17 to 20 years I've been doing this. And we experience typically in the spring is when it gets real busy. A lot of the buyers have been hibernating over the winter time, and when the weather starts getting nice, they get out and start kicking tires and seeing what homes are out there. So we always get a big push in the spring, usually starting right around April time frame. And it goes for a few months until we get to the dead heat of summer, and then families are doing vacations and it slows down a little bit. Then the fall comes and we get another good surge of activity, and then Thanksgiving comes and everybody gets into the holiday spirit, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so we certainly do have times of the year when it's very robust. It's a good sign for what's to come for St. Charles County real estate.
It certainly sounds like it's an exciting time to be in the real estate market.
Absolutely.
So obviously, Schneider has a very unique group of people that work here. Tell me about that group of agents and what makes your company different.
Well, we have always gone for the quality of agent as opposed to the quantity. We have a pretty stringent interview process and very stringent training. So Schneider's been, we have Schneider University. We are very big on training. So we're very much into customer service. following up. You know, if you're in the process, Travis, of buying a home, you don't ever want to be in the dark. There's so many terminologies and things that are going on. It's important that our agent continue to find a way to communicate with you. So as you're going along that process, we keep the fear levels down and good, solid decision making. Our agents reach out. Communication is key. Keeping and looking out for the client. Being an advocate. So we teach our agents that that's uppermost important in our mind.
Absolutely. And in what areas do you find a lot of the people that you're working with?
Well, we are located in St. Charles County, so a large majority of our business in St. Charles, but we also do business in St. Louis County, Warren County, Lincoln County.
So the entire metro region is available for anyone that might be interested.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about perhaps some good stories about clients that you might have worked with.
Well, that's what I find intriguing and keeps me inspired in real estate. I'm not only always helping people, but the stories are always interesting and different. I'm working with Mary Jane right now. She's elderly, and she's in a home that really has been in disrepair for many years in Lake St. Louis. And there's a lot of mold, there's leaks downstairs she doesn't know about. She's disabled to the point where she has a lift that takes her up to the second floor. Totally inappropriate living situation. It was near foreclosure. We had foreclosure letters. We stopped the foreclosure. We're working with family to help her find a more appropriate senior living apartment type arrangement. With the buyer that we have, we're going to actually put money in her pocket. We're going to not be a short sale. We're going to pay off the mortgage, and I think we're going to be able to deliver her a pretty nice check, which she will really appreciate. Had another call last week, or actually it came on Facebook. Young lady indicated her landlord is not making payments on the house. It's going into foreclosure. She's got a 10-year-old daughter, single mother. Feels like she's in a real pickle, doesn't know what to do. I went out to the house just more as a courtesy call, and we were able to negotiate an arrangement, bottom line, where we confirmed her lease goes to the end of the year. We confirmed that she can look around for a place and give 1 day's notice. We locked in her rent amount. We made it possible. We're working on her to be able to buy a home, but we took the stress away. And then I found a buyer for the property, and we're going to be under contract. So everything's going to work out in a win-win scenario. So it's those are the situations where they're kind of cliffhangers, but we love putting the puzzle together.
That sounds absolutely amazing. And you touched on earlier the leasing side of things. Are you able to often help those who are leasing transition into home ownership?
Absolutely. A lot of folks that are in leases don't realize that there are programs out there, finance programs, that can actually get them qualified. And for the first time ever, at least that I'm aware of, you can actually purchase a home today and have the payment be less than what you were paying in rent. And that's relative to the low interest rates. And we're seeing a lot of people who are getting out of those apartments and actually getting into home ownership, which is very rewarding.
That has to be rewarding, and especially knowing that you're able to help them transition from a system where they're constantly giving money, but they're not necessarily getting an investment back for that. Whereas with home ownership, they're able to not only pay the monthly mortgage, which would potentially be less than their rent, but they're also getting something back for that money.
They're building equity, they're getting tax deductions, and there's just a number of benefits. It's a home that they can make their own.
So it sounds like you're obviously very committed to St. Charles. How are you involved in the community here?
I do serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I also serve on the Crime Stoppers Board for the City of St. Charles. Through leadership, I served as the president of the St. Charles County Association of Realtors in 2012. I am second generation here at Schneider, and the previous owners, including Merle, have a long history of serving in the community, and I have just tried to continue on with that tradition.
St. Charles County and Lincoln County, Warren County, they've all been very good to us, and we're pretty well known in those areas. So we give back. So you've probably seen me on stage. I've done over probably 150 charity auctions as the auctioneer, raising over $1 million, working on my second million just to give back.
So let's talk just a little bit about what your hours of operation are and how people can reach you if they need to.
Well, we're open 24/7. As one thing as real estate agents is we're here to be available for clients. So I literally do tell my clients that I'm available 24/7. I try to keep my cell phone on my hip at all times. Today, with technology and the way things are, we should always be available via text, phone call.
Sure.
But the best way to reach us here is at 636-946-5000. And Debbie White is our office manager, and she'd be glad to take your call and direct anyone to the right agent to fit their needs. We are also always on the lookout to hire new agents and grow our team. And so if anybody ever is interested, I encourage you to reach out at the 636-946-5000, or you can send an email to careers@srecells.com.
And so now, in addition to your career website, where can people check you guys out if they wanted to perhaps look at some of your listings?
It's www.schneidercells.com.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to be with you both.
Thank you.
For Merle and Court Schneider, I'm Travis Wilson. This has been Check Out St. Charles. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.